Okay, so we're starting our neurofeedback here. It's going to be on the left side. So this is what I do. This is how much I have. And I am doing this one-handed. Can't believe this. So I'm going to scrub back and forth like that. Okay, so we're going to take the paste. Hopefully you can see that. And load it up. And maybe we don't have enough paste. So that's plenty of paste. Suppose you could have too much paste, and then I put it on the earlobes here. Okay? Going to do the same thing on the other side. I'll use just a little bit less paste. See how that is? Put it right there. And perhaps that's the key. Maybe it's paste. I put that on so I have that on the earlobes. So see, I have it just situated there, and I asked the client, is that comfortable for you? So this is a good candidate to describe what do you do with hair. So one idea is you could use a, especially if you're using this, is probably use a clip. So I'm going to look for a clip. So some of the clips where you just kind of squeeze and they open up work faster, but we had bobby pins here. So this is 4 finger widths. So just about right there. Okay, so I'm going to scrub back and forth. And normally I would hold the head with my other hand, but I can't really do that because I'm holding the camera. So scrubbing back and forth. The key is the head's rocking a little bit. Okay? Let's see if this works. So here's the paste. If there's too much paste, it sits on top of the hair. If there's not enough paste, it just doesn't. So I'm going to put that there. See if we can get connection. The key is to have paper to be able to push it down. Why? Because I can guarantee if you use it with your hands, it's just going to come back up. So, of course, yours looks different, but see, it's blinking red. So I'm going to have to just quickly go and try this again. So parting the hair might be key. And notice here I parted the hair and now I'm actually off. So I actually have to part the hair where it really needs to be parted. Parting it right there. Sometimes I do this kind of like a triangle, like it's a pyramid. Then when I push, I don't expect it to come out like the size of a nickel. I want it to just stick on this pinnacle here. So I'm gonna just stick it right there. Really hard to do by just. So I'm gonna push it down a little bit more. Still not connected. So it's not that unusual, especially for my model here. Wow, that's too much paste, or too much green here. Okay, that's about much. So what's funny is you can't put green things back into tubes, but I'm going to scrub here. And I don't need to go to, see, it's hard to do this one-handed, but you would be holding this, you would be holding this, your hair with one hand and parting. So we shall see. Success. So you can see up to 3 tries, and I just do it real fast. So there you go. So I encourage my client to be nice and still. And you might have your feet just real flat on the ground there. There you go. Thank you. Having the tension go all the way up affects that. And you can see that we have a good connection. I have to keep looking every so often at the green box. So notice that new prep really does work. And maybe that's what you have to do for a while. I can see that my clients, sometimes they get frustrated. It's like, I'm just going to use the new prep. There you go. So you can see this blue going up. If we had 3 blue graph bars going downward in a row, then we know we're not getting neurofeedback. And notice just what a little bit of muscle tension does. Well, that was not doing it, but yeah, so I'm going to step away here. Okay. So here we're going to have both sides. So rather than start undoing everything, there's a way to do this. So I will pick the next one. This is going to be TC3, TC4. So we know that the ground is going to be there. So instead of, I'm just going to gently pull this black one off, move the blue one, which is where the ground should be, and put it in the G hole. Then active is already where it should be. So all I need to do is add a blue pasty ear. Okay. I will add that here. I'm going to scoop the paste, and this is not the same, so it's an alligator clip. But I'm going to load the paste gently there and there, and perhaps we just didn't have enough paste on the ears. Wouldn't that be something? And then I'm going to put this on the ear, which, wait a minute. See, I made a mistake. And I'm just going to leave this in here. I don't need another ear. I need another flat. And you, video viewer, probably knew that and was wondering, hey, what was he doing? Now, I feel like the Bob Ross of neurofeedback. So we are going to load this paste. I think the principle there is to stay calm helps. It's taught me just to be patient. That's probably a good amount of paste. So then I'm going to lift up the hair. In this case, I'm going to try it without. So there's the spot. One really has, it's kind of a ballet thing at first. It's like you're doing 4 or 5 things all at once. It can be overwhelming, but it's just how it is. Now, pretty soon you will get so used to doing this, you can do it in your sleep, just very simply under pressure. So it actually is a little pink, so that's good. And we're just going to push it down just enough. I don't know if you can see that here. Hold on. Thank God for telephoto. Yeah, so normally I wouldn't drop the hair like over that because it would create a mess. But thankfully we had that. So we're then going to have our pre-cut squares, which is too bad. I'm going to push just the right amount. After a while you get used to knowing how hard to do. Great. And as you can see, with the blinking green, right now we have success. Say start. Start. Okay. So I'm gonna take this, scrub my ear, scrub both ears. the other ear. Okay. And I always start with the ears. Why? It just seems easier to get those things out of the way. This one's already loaded with paste. I'm going to put this here. And that's going to be the reference because it's on the same side as the side we were doing it. So then I'm going to put the ground on. Stop. Go ahead and stop. So I'm going to load this with paste. You can do that. And I might have to do this. Now, if you accidentally, put it on in a way that the paste slides off, then you might not know that that's happened, okay? So this could be the tricky part. And I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to find the spot. And of course, with short hair, it's easy because I don't have to contend. If I had long hair, I'd probably use a hair clip. And I think I just made up a technique here. I want to scratch here so that I know I have scalp. And then I would probably go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so then here's the tricky thing. I have to hold that hair up, get a glob of paste, and put this on at the same time. How am I going to do that? I need 3 hands. I'm going to trust that I can find the spot again. So then this is what I've now learned to do in this. I'm going to have this loaded already. Get it at the beginning. Does that make sense? So that's all there and ready to go. So here, let me show you how I'm doing this. I'll set it on something so it's not a get globby. So I'm going to get this right where I need it. Scrub back and forth, and I can feel that that's still hair. Has to be 4, so it's going to be right there. Anytime, the first time you're doing anything, it's going to be very challenging. Okay, here, and I can feel the coolness from the, and I'm going to stick that. See, notice how I don't even know. I put that there. Well, good. Praise be to God. Look at this. So I actually had success. Show the camera on the black box there. Okay. So notice how this wire is irritating. I'm going to work this and have this attached to some place. And this is how it always is for self-use. It's just like a mess of wires. But then I just gently look, and there I go. I did it.